Welcome to the Uce Podcast, a unique blend of comedy and fiction, dive right into controversial topics. We believe that during the difficult subject, it's important to find humor in them. We tackle these topics with our signature wit and humor, inspired by the fearless and bold Samoan humor that dares to explore the darker side of life.
Today we have three segments. First one is happy hour. Our second one is being Samoans. We get asked these questions all the time. And our third segment is update with ChatGPT being our manager, turning our $100 into profit. Uce, have you heard of this?
Hell no.
No, I'm the boss. Because I'm the queen.
Happy hour. Happy hour. Happy hour. Happy hour, happy hour, happy hours. Queen, does age come with wisdom? What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, does age come with wisdom? I ask because people believe when they get older, they become wiser. I feel so kind of different about that. I disagree with it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why I disagree with it. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're wiser. Why? It depends on the experience in life that you go through. And it depends on the experience if it's value or not. A lot of folks think age, just because you're older, you know everything, but you don't. So
Tell me.
I I had an incident with one of the managers at work years back. Had the audacity to ask me how many years you've been here. And then I responded, why are you asking? Well, I've been here for such year and I've been doing this the same and there's never a problem. I said, well, there lays the problem. Just because you've been here so many years doesn't mean that what you're doing is right. You just keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. So if he was working 15 years, I said, you just been doing a mistake and I'm just bringing it to light. And it's all messed up. So he's like, well, I'm wiser because I've been in here forever. And I'm like, okay, I disagree. You are not wiser because obviously you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. So that's why I disagree with age. When you're older, you become wiser, but there's different aspects to it too, so it's like a 50-50. So I'm going to push that question back to you because I want to hear Puni Moa's side on it. Hence why I put it on here. So I want to hear what the Puni Moa has to say about this topic.
Man, that is a good question. As we all know, like you said, there are many ways to answer this question. And Puni Moa's intake I'm going to give you a few different responses. Like you mentioned, your supervisor or old supervisor back then, he falls under the category I like to call skeptical. You know what I'm saying? They tend to be stuck in their own ways. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to move on with the future. And then you have balance. Balance as age. I gain experience and I learn from my mistakes. That's another way to look at it when it comes to, does age come with wisdom? There's a word called relativistic. I don't know if I said that right. Let me pronounce that again. Take notes, coconuts. Take notes, coconuts. The word relativistics. It's age and wisdom are not always directly related. Wisdom can be subjective. And people may develop it in different rates, like your old manager. Some young people may be wiser than their age. And I think in that scenario that you brought up, that might have been the case. You might have been a little bit wiser than your OG back then. But who's saying? This is just our own opinion, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's where that word relativistic comes in. And then while some older people, like we said, may have gained much wisdom despite their age. So, what about the one where they say like
philosophical.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
You're very welcome.
Yeah, I get my tongue just to get twisted when it comes to the PH. But yeah, age and wisdom are shared. They're shared complex in relationship. True wisdom involves a deep understanding of oneself, others, and of the world. So even though, when you provide opportunity for growth, I think that's where, wisdom can also come into when you're allowing yourself to be teachable. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then those are a few of the serious points. Now let's get to the meat of like the Uce version of, does wisdom come with age?
Bring it home, Puni Moa.
Yeah. So let's provide a few. Age might bring wisdom. It also might bring bad knees. You know what I'm saying? And forgettable memory, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, shoot, don't forget. For a lot of us, they want wisdom. Would you agree with that? Would you agree that people would like to be acknowledged as, I'm a wise person, man. This guy has a lot of knowledge. He's such a wise person. Would you be acknowledged that?
Of course, who wouldn't want to be known as that person, the wise one that everybody comes to?
Yeah.
With your silver lining head and with your messed up knees, and they come,
Mhm.
hey, wise one.
I know. Hey, wise one. And the wise one themselves, too, they're like, well, shoot, I wish I can get, go back in the hand of time because, with that, that saying, wine and cheese is supposed to be fine as it gets older, right? It gets better, correct? Is that how it's said?
As the age, okay.
As the age, right. See, yeah. But they forget to tell you that, also it can get stinky and sour the older it gets. You don't want to forget about that.
And you also don't want to forget about the bad knees. Why you get older, bad knees, because everyone has to bend the knee to the queen.
Oh, jeez. You can only bend so much. You know what I mean? Well, hey, what if you're expecting your siblings to bend a knee, but they got arthritis?
You just want to have to bend.
That's messed up. That's messed up. Sheesh. Oh man, that's a good one. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes wisdom, it takes a detour. It gets lost on the way, like sometimes the older you get, you start forgetting stuff. Like even like simple old car keys or a TV remote. Like it gets replaced. Like, for example, for the keys, right? Because I know that there's a certain amount of time that I need to leave the house to get to work to be on time, I'd start taking my time. I procrastinate because I know I have everything set up. But little did I forget at time where I misplaced the keys, the car keys. So if I don't leave the house within that certain amount of minute, then my blood starts boiling. And it's always a scenario of I can't find my car keys. Now I'm a simple person. I always leave the car keys at the same place, right next to the door. Well, there's been time where I'm walking out, I can't find the keys, and I'm getting irritated. I'm asking my wife, my kids, everybody started looking for it, and I'm creating havoc and stuff. And then my kid is like, "Dad, did you even check your pockets?" And I'm like, "Shut your mouth, keep looking. I don't know." And then I start hitting my pocket. Next, you hear that little ding ding. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Then I gotta play it off. You know what I'm saying? I can't even like.
You're a jackass. Won't even admit to your wrongdoings.
I'll be like, "You guys wait when I get home, you punks." Then I drive off. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm all stressed off. You know what I'm saying? I think that falls under that category of forgetful. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take. You know what I mean?
Your mind took a detour, huh?
Mine took a detour. The keys has always been in Puni Moa's pocket. But then, things happen. And then one more I got for y'all. I remember when it's birthday time, I couldn't wait when my birthday came because, for some reason in my age bracket, my birthday falls in December. I hated that when I was a kid coming into high school because I was considered a younger one than all my peers. But as soon as it hit 21, I was happy. I still felt like I was younger. Then it hit 25. I'm starting to forget how old I was because you know what I'm saying? Now age don't matter no more because you're an adult. That's what I like to get forgetful. You know what I'm saying? Where you hide and you go seek your age. When they're like, "How old are you?" "Oh man, I think I'm 23. You're like, "Nah, dude, you was 23 2 years ago. You're 25 now." Especially when you hit the 30s and 40s. Can you agree with me, Queen?
Man, I intentionally become have hide and seek with my age because
Mhm.
I did not want to hear the age. Turning 21 was like a scary thought because I was like, man, I'm hella old now, because I've already done a lot of stuff before 21, so I'm like,
Exactly.
I felt 21, I was like 41 or something. I was freaking out. So yeah, I get that concept of hide
Mhm.
and seek with the age.
Oh yeah, baby.
That's some good wisdom, Waus.
Mhm. Wow. Yes, sir.
Age, sometimes it feels like age brings a subscription to the aches and pains
Yeah. Age definitely brings
daily.
I think I heard somebody on the mothers, because that we're the 80s, baby. We're the ones that like hard hearts. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much calling out the youth nowadays. Stop being a bitch, man. Man, the F up. If it wasn't for our age, you know what I'm saying? The Gen X, you know what I'm saying? And then also the baby boomers and all the yada yada yada. We're the one that's providing all that Motrin, that whole description. I started dying. I was like, man, that is a fact right there, man. I never thought in my life that I will always have a bottle of Tylenol or Motrin on the
That's
side.
hilarious. I know, right? Like they said, the wisdom is just a bonus feature.
Uh,
You have a medicine cabinet right next to your bed or in your
oh
back.
yeah.
Here's another one, Puni Moa. Age comes with wisdom, like a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh,
You get the wisdom, the wrinkles, all at once. No
oh
work
my
though.
gosh.
The wrinkles are just laugh lines from all the wise jokes you're telling.
Hmm. Man, that's a fact. That is a fact. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. For those who you think you're wiser than others, you better check yourself because you might be part of Puni Moore's crew. You got some Motrins on the side. You got arthritis going on. Heck, even high blood pressure. All that. All that stuff. Then you got to find yourself, you know what I'm saying, checking in with your doctor, and your doctor ends up being your therapist and everything else, complaining to them about it just because of your own past mistake. Can't even learn and wise up. But that's my take on it, Queen.
Yeah, well, let's end it with this because we'll go on to our next one. Age might
Mm-hmm.
come with wisdom, but it also comes with an ever-growing list of things that make you say, back in my day. So embrace.
You right about
So,
that?
yes.
Oh man, Queen, could it be possible that we are part of that? The back in my day crew.
Hey, we are back. We are back in my day, crew.
Oh snap, man. I want to apologize to all the listeners back in our because we're episode 8 right now. If we especially Puni Moa, if I tend to offend you talking shit, I realize, man, I'm saying back in my time. You know what
And
I'm saying?
this is our opinion,
Yeah.
Laugh with us. Come join us.
Which is
But
trying to be transparent.
so yeah. So you know what? Embrace the wisdom and enjoy your newfound status as a
Good one.
walking history book.
The encyclopedia. You need to look us up. The knowledge. And there y'all go, folks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna jump to the next one. And with that, it definitely attached to the next topic.
Yes, it does.
In Psalm 1, we call them Fia Poco or Fia Polo. And in English, we call them smart ass or Mr. Wise ass, or you know what I'm saying, Mr.
Know-it-alls. Y'all bunch of know-it-alls.
Well, I mean, everything we talked about, it pretty much falls under that Fia Poco. It kind of covered it.
Vocals. Yeah, we covered it. Those who think they got all the wisdom, we can't tell them nothing.
Nothing, y'all. And I gotta give it up to those Fia Pocos, you know what I'm saying? Because they you know what? If they had a career, I would advise them to go be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Because even though if you catch them with the lies, they will always plead the fifth and with a straight face, or even be a poker player, because they're really good at that. Fia Pocos, man, know it all.
And if you're an attorney, no offense.
Oh yeah. That's just my own thought.
Attorneys is all about the word game. Is how you question, how you rephrase the question, and basically looking at the person you are questioning. Man, you gotta be a Fia Poco ass to know everything, and then man.
Oh yeah. even digging it out of your crack, coming up with the lies and stuff. But it is what it is.
Or you try to tell people, hey, this is how you do it. So please do it like this. They come, oh, no, we're going to do it this way. And it takes 35 minutes longer when it should have only took 10 minutes.
Oh, real, man.
Feel poco ass. Are you a feel poco, Puni Moa? You feel poco?
I tend to find myself being Mr. Smarty Pants, feel poco at time. Many times I'm guilty, something to work on after talking about being wise in age, you know what I'm saying? Because as I'm coming up with age, I got to be wiser, learn from my mistakes. So yes, I would admit that at time, Puni Moa tends to feel poco. Mm-hmm.
And if anyone says they never feel poco, I'm going to have to disagree with you because you a liar. I fall into that category too. But you know what? I can be feel poco because I can and I want to. So I'm going to continue to be feel poco. So there you go.
What an educational episode this one. You know what I'm saying? We are teaching the world and ourselves to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? To be able to admit.
Listen.
There you go.
It's listen.
Fuck that, man.
It may not be the advice you want, but stop being a feel poco ass. And so I just hold on. Let me Puni Moa. Stay still. I just popped that big old bubble on top of your head.
Oh, I literally stay still. I was like, "Oh, good one. I can't help it. Sometimes the feel poco just comes. It just comes, man.
It's okay to be know-it-alls, guys, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta hear what someone's saying, what's telling you. So let's not all be feel poco. Only the queen can. But you know what? Let's just move on.
This show has been brought to you by WEFOBZ.io and specifically the WEFOBZ Nation store. WEFOBZ Nation store is where you can find all types of merchandise that WEFOBZ Nation members are into. Their interests span from clothing wear, to backpacks, to kitchen utensils, and even anime collectibles. Everything you will find at WEFOBZ.io. This show has been brought to you by WEFOBZ.io and specifically our WEFOBZ Nation store's bestseller section. Look in the bestseller section to find Amazon items that WEFOBZ Nation members usually purchase or are interested in purchasing. We are an Amazon affiliate, so you'll definitely be helping us out by clicking on those links and buying your items from our WEFOBZ Nation store. Bestseller section. WEFOBZ, bringing it to you.
Being a Samoan, I get asked this question all the time.
All the time, man. Do you have any cousin, brother, or sister I can date?
I get this question asked every time I'm out there at functions. Yes.
I agree.
And there's just one individual that constantly asks, like maybe every 2 or 3 years. And I know how this person is, inside and out. And I basically tell her, hell no, you and I will be good friends and best friends, but you will never, ever be married to any of my family. By the way, there's no one your age that's available.
Ooh. Damn. Slap, put the punishment there, authority down there, Queen. Jeez.
What about you? You ever get questioned as being Samoan? Get this question asked to you? Do you have a cousin, brother, or sister I can date?
Well, of course. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Delilah on the radio station, just making things happen, bringing the love together. Or Mr. Love on the radio, you know what I'm saying? Hooking people up. Yeah, I get asked this question. Yeah, be at work. It could be at just friends and stuff in the circle that are outside our race and stuff. And I'll hook them up. You know what I'm saying? Let them be. You know what I mean? But I always remind them, I like to throw them that scenario. Look, man, if you want to date, now either date or, okay, the question is date, not marry. So, okay, we'll just stick with date. We'll just stick with date. Yeah, we'll just stick with date. Yeah, but I get asked that question a lot. And I'll be like, yeah, go ahead, man. Let me ask my girl cousin, or my guy cousin, if the girl's like feeling them. and then hook them up and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty right there, It's a common question I get too. I'm going to say that, definitely. Yep. But then I also do the same thing back then. You know what I mean? Like, what about you? Can I hook up with your sister? You know what I'm saying? Can I hook up with your mom? You know what I'm saying? Let me hook up with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Now remember, folks, you know what I'm saying? Puni Moa. I'm talking about in my 20s, baby.
I know, before someone says Puni Moa.
For real, man. This is all for entertainment purposes, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's right there with that question. Do you have a cousin? Especially my girl cousins, they seem to really dig my girl. Even them boy cousins too. I want to say this, man. Puni Moa's family, man, we some good looking folks. You know what I'm saying? If you disagree, then you yourself is a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Don't hate on the game.
Don't hate on the game, bro. Don't hate on the game, yo. Yep. That's what I got with that one, Queen.
Good. Yeah, so that's my answer, short and simple, and I do get asked it a lot. And most recently, you know how people follow you on Facebook, and I was asked, "Hey, are those your sisters that you were with the past weekend, or the pictures?" I was like, "Oh, yes," and they're both married. So, I'm just saying, because they look good. Dude. I said, don't even talk like that about my little sisters.
You know what? It makes me think, Queen, even because you do have Samoans. Now, there are some Samoan siblings that they're overprotective.
Yes,
that's the question you should ask. Are you a sibling that's overprotected over your sisters, over your brothers? You know what I'm saying? You do have those, but not Puni Moa, baby. Nah. I'm gonna hook you up because I understand of the word transparency, and that falls under that category too. Yeah, I'm a
so
man
you
that
telling me
believes in
you
balance.
pimping out your family?
Hey, I'm pimping them. I'm pimping others. It goes both ways. Don't hate on the game, baby.
All right, then, pimp. Well, you guys heard it here on Uce. If you're related to Puni Moa and all of a sudden you get a blind date or a hookup, make sure you cut.
Be like, hey sis, go hook up with Tommy. Why? That dude is ugly as heck. Man, go hook him up. He got a cool car right there to take us around. You know what I'm saying? You got
go. My friend Joe and Yoanga needs a date.
Joe got this nice car that I want to go ride around, man. Go come on down. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever find any Samoan family doing that, using their siblings as bait, like what you said? You know what I'm saying? Like a pawn, using them like a chess move for your own satisfaction, your own moves. Does that happen? Because you never know. You know what I'm saying?
You know that happens, but that's another whole a topic.
Oh, okay. So
those are good topics. Okay,
it doesn't fall under this category of can I date?
Just like the overprotective siblings. I like that one.
Yeah. Especially the ones that do date. Have you heard of any stories where let's say somebody that's out that's not Samoan, especially when it comes to the girls that dates a Samoan girl or a Samoan Tane, and then they disrespect them or something like that, then the brothers go there and they just like all 5 or 6 or 7 brothers go out there and just beat on the poor boyfriend. You know those? Yeah, I mean, you ever heard of it? Yeah, that's common too.
Yeah, so when you're trying to mention about the marriage part, but it also happens
in a relationship too.
Yeah. So I've heard and I've seen a couple of them, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, where they go check them and stuff. I'm like, duh. I don't know, Queen, because I'm Americanized. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, for me, it's different. But in our culture, it is common. I mean, we tend to what is it? Like overprotection, right? What's the word for I'm looking for? Guarded over our siblings. Yeah, that tends to happen. That becomes like a wolf pack. Because I keep hearing that a lot. Hey, don't mess with them Samoans, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You think you find one, but no. It's the whole nation coming after your ass. You know what I mean? Are we going to be able to say we confirm that message here on Uce that it does happen? Because I want to.
It happens, but do not be afraid.
Yeah, it used to happen. Remember now, we're in the day of sensitivity. Everybody can just get sued or get you know what I'm saying? What is that? Blacklisted and kicked off.
No, we're in the place where we're understanding.
Yeah, understanding where everything is on video. That's what I like. So we call those
Yes.
fake color. And
Yes.
that's
The Fakakala people, instead of
mhm.
helping, they
Yeah.
will just pull their phones and start recording.
So shoot, pull it right out, man. Yeah,
That's another topic for another day.
Fakakala. Fakakala means CBS News or Fox News. Pretty much that's what Fakakala is.
Or are you a good Samaritan, or are you just going to flip your phone? Stay tuned for those two topics and the other two that we mentioned earlier, because we will bring them up.
Update with ChatGPT being our manager, turning our $100 into profit. All right, here's the update, folks. We're still under the market research to determine our potential demand for our podcast, exploring similar podcasts in our niche. So we've been doing that, y'all, me and Queen. I also shared some of the podcasts that I followed. Great, all comedy and just kind of like focused towards our target audience. And listening to popular podcasts in your area of interest, identifying what makes them successful. So that's the homework that we are doing. We're both doing that. We're analyzing our target audience. And like I said, for me, Queen, I believe that the way I look at it is the target audience is our blue collars, just people like me who works frontline. When I say frontline or the first shift is pretty much everybody that's like in the warehouse jobs, or those that are working retails that are like cashiers, forklift drivers, material handlers. That's what I'm talking about. Teachers too, and regulars, or even truck drivers, all those like just the frontiers, the hard labor workers, or even like the people that works at hotels and stuff. Everybody,
Yeah.
pretty much everybody that has that time where they're able to tune into a podcast or really podcast heads. That's what I call them, like myself. I'm on my forklift or driving on the truck. I just enjoy listening to different people and stuff. And I believe for you being on the supervisor side, what do you think our niche is?
Not the supervisor, but first responder.
Yeah.
So we do target our audience, and the materials that you've been giving me, I've been watching, and that's why I study more on just the where people can come tune in and just relax and laugh on their drive to work. Basically,
Yeah.
that's the segment, the happy hour.
Exactly. Yep.
Technically, we're not drinking, because I had someone ask me, "Are you guys drinking while you're doing the happy hour?" I was like, "No." I said, "No, we just call it happy hour because it could be happy hour any time of the day. You could be going to work, or like we say, we're going to the gym. That's your happy hour, and that's what we focus on. It's just people just to escape the reality, what they're going through for a quick 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and that's what we've been listening to. I know I've been listening to, and you've been coaching, and we're just trying to figure out more about what it's needed out there. That's what we've been doing, and we're on the track. We're work in progress right here.
For this purpose, the exercise that we're doing, it is helping us narrow down our target audience, giving me and Queen the understanding of what are we working towards. It's giving us a goal. And I think if you're asking us, we're 3 weeks in it now. You know what I'm saying? It is working because we are realizing what other professional podcasters do, and it opens up so much windows of ideas. Yeah, that's where we're at. So that's going to take time. But we are dabbling in other stuff like the LLC. As we mentioned before, we do have an LLC, but it's the LLC is registered under it's pretty much under a marketing side of the business. And me and Queen will figure that out of how to make it into a podcast if we have to do that. So we'll keep you updated with that part. Anything else you want to go with this? I think that's as much as I have with the ChatGPT updates, Queen.
No, that's you covered everything. You already talked about the branding, marketing, and LLC, and our brand. I mean, we're getting there. We basically we're just checking, but we keep going back and forth. So it's a good thing.
The one before, it also tells us to communicate with, work with other podcasts that we connect with. And we've all played such a big role in getting us set up and ready to go with this podcast. And we are definitely talking to other podcasters like Queen. We're pretty excited. We just have some exciting episodes coming up in the near future and stuff. Yep, that's all I got right there. That's it for this segment. And then some closing remarks. I just want to, say again to everybody, everything that we say on this podcast, it's just our own opinion. And, seek professional help for any advice and stuff like that. What about you, Queen? Any closing remarks?
Remember that this is our personal opinions. We're here for the laughs and educating. Hopefully we're educating, the world that Samoan jokes or our sense of humor. It hurts. But that's how we get through life and just sit here and have a back and forth conversation. And for you guys, just continue to support us and thank you for everything. And I'm sure you got some shout outs that you want to give out personally. So I'll just turn it back to you.
That's right. Appreciate that, Queen. Shout outs, man. We want to give a shout out to L Banger. Good looking now, bruh. We thank you for tuning in and subscribing to Uce Podcast. And also another shout out to Gene and TJ. Thank you, the three amigos, for tuning in to Uce. Man, we appreciate all the love. And continue to give us some more feedbacks and comments, y'all. Share, subscribe, and like. And I just want to end it at this note real quick. This is specifically dedicated to L Banger. So whether you're driving at work, working out at the gym, or simply in a need of a good laugh, you just tune in right here to Uce. And let us brighten up your day. Subscribe now and join our community of listeners who just love to laugh and knows the true medicine is laughter.
El Banger!
And I'm your host, Puni Moa.
And I'm your queen.
Cheers!